All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome you to Brand Mentors and the 4 practical items your website needs to be found online ahead of your competition. Now, I hope that you've come to this webinar looking to get advantages to enhance your website. You may be finding that your business is not seeing the online traffic you would hope it would receive, whether you've purchased it from another web developer or you actually built it yourself. We're going to show you some key tips and tricks to really enhance your website and get more out of the effort you put into it. So hope you got a pen, hope you got some paper. So sit back, relax, and we're going to throw a lot of content at you. And I hope you benefit from it as greatly as I've hoped. So I'm going to go ahead and begin here. A little bit about myself. My name is Josh Kane. I've been in this branding, marketing, advertising world for about 16 years now. I've been a graphic designer. I've built well over 300 business design, logo, identities throughout East Texas and across the globe, actually. I've had the privilege of building over 125 websites, and that number continues to grow day by day. And I am a co-founder of Brand Mentors. My partner in crime is Brandon Christ. He's actually not in today, but he is also got the experience of 12 years in working with nonprofits, 6 years focusing just on social media. He's also helped in developing over 75 websites, and he as well is the co-founder of Brand Mentors. So we're going to jump into some topics here. First thing we want to do is we're going to audit your current site for errors and increase its usability for site visitors. Another thing we want to do is we want to apply search engine optimization descriptions, keywords, to really maximize the reach. We also want to maximize your website exposure without spending one single dime. And we're going to harness the power of your satisfied, happy customers to really make your business stand out. So one of the first things we want to do is audit your website. And why do we want to do that? Because we want to know what the users are experiencing during their visit and the items that you might want to address and where exactly you are rated in the online world. Google ranks your website in all kinds of various forms, and if you have no idea where you're ranking and why you're ranking that way, you can't really do anything about it. So you have to audit. You have to audit what the web developers have built. You also have to audit what you're doing. So one of the first things we want to do is get a baseline. So with all websites, once you get it built and launch it, you want to start your baseline. So how do you get your baseline? I'm going to show you some tools to really start getting that information that is useful for you. One of the first things you must have is a Google Gmail account and a Microsoft account. Now, you can use the same email for both of those, but you need to have access to all of Google's features and all of Microsoft's features. Bing and Google, I'm sure you've heard, are probably the top 2 search engines out there. And if you don't even have an account with them, you're already at a hindrance. You're already crippling yourself. So get those accounts, Gmail, Microsoft, they're free, and just get those registered, and you'll be able to start utilizing more of these tools that we're going to show you today. One of the quick free things you can do is go to freegrader.com. Freegrader.com is a very quick and simple, I'm going to throw it up here on the screen for you, grading report card for your website. So with this, you really want to just type in your website, and it's going to give you a 1 through 10 points and grade you on a scale of 0 to 100 for your website. Now, there is a lot of free services out there to grade your website. So you want to have several that you're going to, and I'm going to show you several that you're going to be able to use. Don't just rely on one and say that's my grade. There's a lot of variables in website building that you need to know all of the variables to get a true grade. So while that's running and pulling that up, I'm going to show you some more tools. There's webpagetest.org. Now that is a speed test. This will show you exactly how fast your website shows up on someone's screen. Tools.pingdom.com also has a speed test and shows you what is hindering your website from loading on someone's mobile device or their computer. These can grade you on things like the pictures, things like font headers, lots of variable issues that arise within your website. These things will show you what's hindering and what's making those happen so fast. And for some reason, this report card is taking a really long time. There we go. So when you get the report card, you will see I'm scoring a 73. Now, even the top dogs like Google, Facebook, they're in the 90s. So you got to spend a lot of money and a lot of time to get up into the 90s. I typically will throw some red flags when you're below a 50. If you grade your report, your website on this website, and you get below a 50, there's some things you really should address quickly. Anything above that, it's just room to grow and continually to apply techniques. And as you can see, each one of these kinds of shows you different areas of items to address. Now, if there's not a green check mark there, those are obviously your first things you want to take care of. Now, again, these are just going to be tools that you're going to use. You're going to be able to look these over, run your website through them, and just get some information. You're just getting a baseline. Don't go and edit anything. Just get the baseline. Get the information on, okay, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, and get a baseline. Another one is StatsCrop. StatsCrop will give you a rating on where your website ranks in the globe, as well as some really key features for SEO. So I'm going to go to StatsCrop really quick. Let's bring that up right here. Now, StatsCrop, we're going to go ahead and go. I'm going to do my website just for I don't embarrass anybody. And on here, it gives you a rating, but one of the key features over here is SEO tips. So if you see this SEO tips, you can click on it, and it's going to give you a ranking on your SEO. Again, if you're below a 50 into this red area, you have some areas to address quickly. And we're going to cover some techniques to assist you on that here in a few. But again, you're just getting the baseline, getting your scores, trying to figure out what you can do to resolve some of the major issues with your website. Now, a lot of these steps we're going to cover throughout this webinar. So don't worry about too much of this right now. Again, we're just getting a baseline. So you've got StatsCrop. Another one, again, is Google Analytics. If you are not running Google Analytics on your website, you really have no idea what's happening on your website. This is, again, just to get information. Information is key to growing your website and growing your presence online. So go to google.com/analytics and sign up for an account. Again, you have to have your Gmail account and get that plugged into there. If you have a web developer that has built your website, contact them and say, I want my analytics reports. They can easily add you to it and get you information that will help you decide how to apply these techniques for your website. Again, just more tools for you to utilize. Another thing is the Google Mobile Friendly Test. So many things have happened over the past 6 months with Google and its search capabilities. They really started hindering websites that do not have mobile friendly status. So quick check you can do is just do mobile friendly test. And here you'll see, you can see I do it quite a bit. And you're just going to run your website through mobile friendly. Make sure Google knows that you are mobile friendly. If you are not, what they're going to do is put your website below all the mobile friendly sites. Immediately, you're at a disadvantage. So that is a big key feature to make sure it's happening. If this is not, when you run this test, if you're not mobile friendly, you definitely need to put that at the top of your list. So those are just some quick tools to get an audit and a baseline of where your website is right now. What I recommend is after you start applying these techniques I'm going to show you, once a month, couple times a month, run through these tests again and see how your website is improved. You'll see those scores go up. You'll see some of the errors get resolved. But if you never got that baseline, everything you do, you're going to have no idea if it's even helping you. So make sure to do this first before you start applying all the techniques I'm going to give you. So some of the solutions you're going to also run into when you run through these tests, we're going to jump into some solutions really quick. I hear over and over again, people say, oh, I come up on the first page of Google all the time. And what they don't realize is that the more they're searching their own business or their organization, the more they're going to show up on Google's first page for their browser. So one of the first things you need to do is find your in private or incognito window when you're doing your audits. Really make sure that you're not hindering the results by all of the searches you've done on your own business. This will give you more accurate results when you Google your business. Another simple thing you can do is just Google your business name and see those results. See where you come up, and also Google the services that you provide. These, again, are all just a baseline so you can see the enhancements when you start applying them. A really great tool you're going to need is tinypng.com. TinyPNG allows you to reduce the size of your photos on your website without losing the quality. This is extremely important for your mobile devices. When you put a photo from your iPhone onto your website, typically those are in 2 to 3 megabyte photos. Well, for that to be re-downloaded on someone else's computer is going to get that little spinny circle, and it's going to make somebody click away from your website because it's not loading correctly. So when you when you do your audit on your grades and you're going to see pictures that are taking longer to load, be sure to run those through TinyPNG, re-upload them to your website, and you'll see major improvements in the performance and the bounces on your website. Again, mobile is a must. You have to have a mobile-friendly website or you're going to come below other sites that are mobile-friendly. And proper SEO. Now, the next thing we're going to jump into is how to properly search engine optimize your website in a quick, simple method that we use, and it is very effective. So just having proper SEO will enhance your website. So we're going to jump into how to apply your proper SEO. Why do you need an SEO? Because search engines use descriptive words to find the content that matches those searches. So if you're not putting the wording in your website to match what people are searching, Google's never going to be able to display that for the person searching. So we needed to make sure that you are properly applying these techniques. So what does that look like? Hopefully you are in charge or capable of accessing the SEO on your website, whether it doesn't matter what platform you're using, WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, GoDaddy, it doesn't matter. These areas all apply to the same effect. So you should have a title box that you can apply in there. Several things you want to apply for every single page is a different title that describes that page. So I'm just utilizing some example from my own. You want to put the title of your business. You want to put the location of your business. That's another key aspect. More and more searches are done based on the city that they're in. So if you're a local business, you want to definitely make sure you're putting the city within your searches. And it kind of pushes out some of those national companies from the area. and put some descriptions of what you do, what your services are, what your products are, right within the title. Also, you'll see right here is these bars. You can use dashes, you can use commas. Search engines need to see this space in here. So you need to have some sort of divider between the searches so it knows these are separate words it's searching. So make sure you're using a bar or a dash in between the search terms in the title. You'll also find a place to put a description within your SEO. Now, the description needs to describe what's on that page, but be cleverly infused with your keywords. So as you can see right here, I have the Brand Mentors Network as a community of independent consultants trained in applying branding applications for small businesses. So I kind of highlighted key words that we were after in this description. Consultants, branding, small businesses, those are all infused in our description, which allows for anybody searching those terms will get our website. You also want to make sure to include your business name, your city, various things you need to put on every single page. Then we get down to keywords. There should be a box for you to enter keywords within your website. Every single page should allow you to have keywords for that page. So as you can see, you have a variety of words you can plug in there. The one thing I want to stress in here is you're putting commas in between the keywords, and you're using more than one word. Hardly anybody searches with one word anymore. You're searching with 3, 4, 5 words to find what you're looking for. And you need to make sure that you're utilizing, like I show right here, small business consultant, you're utilizing all 3 words together. Not having small, comma, business, comma, consultant, comma. That is not a good method to matching this web page with the search. So utilize multiple word keywords. There's a lot of tools out there for this. The biggest tool you can use is Google's AdWords. They have a keyword tool, and I'm not even going to get into Google AdWords and all that, but you can look that up on the internet, keyword tool from AdWords, and it will help you go through there. So there's another aspect of your website that really needs keywords and proper SEO, and that is the pictures. Google cannot, or I say Google, search engines cannot read your pictures and understand what's on that picture unless you are telling it what is on that picture. So within each picture, you should be able to edit certain settings. One factor is the title. On the title, you want to make sure you're using dashes in the description of the title. So here we have branding-image-rebrand. So that's what I'm titling this picture. Then I want to have an alt text. The alt text is that this is an image of the word brand. That is what displays when your picture does not show up on the screen. It will have that description right there. So you want to have image of the word brand. Then you got to have a description to tell Google, what is this description? What is this image? So this is the word brand being held in someone's hand with reflection of brand on the wall. So now I've utilized brand within the description, and you can even put your own business name in this description. So you could say, this is the storefront of my business in this city. Really helpful, because I'm going to show you real quickly in a Google search. When I search, I'm going to search Brand Mentors. This little tab right here, images, and you can see it shows up here, images as well. When you click images, you should be able to see your images. If you are not putting proper keywords and descriptions within your image, you're not ever going to see those images. If your image is labeled IMG128765, there's probably a million pictures out there with that same description. So you got to be really descriptive of your images. So as you can see, all of these images right here on Google Images are my images from my website, because I've told Google that these are my images and this is what I want them to show up when someone searches brand mentors. So you can see it's very effective when the words are all in there correctly. So moving on. You have proper keywords. So go ahead and screenshot that if you want. But you really need to realize that words are your best friend. So if you're not a writer, hire someone or enlist someone to help you come up with these descriptions and keywords to get on your website. It's a really must for showing up on search engines. All right. So we're going to move on to how do you maximize your reach? We're going to utilize a bunch of free tools out there that are available all across the internet to get your website listed and found. And it's actually really simple. So with these, obviously we want to go to Google, google.com/business, and tell Google that you exist. If you don't have a Google Plus page, this is a first step to getting on Google Maps. So you need to make sure, just go there. It's a very simple process. Just tell them I exist. This is my address. This is my phone number. This is my website. Real simple. You can also do that with Bing, bingplaces.com. Go there, register again. These are where having the Gmail and the Windows account will make your life really easy to fly through these. And just tell them that your business or organization exists. Some other ones you want to use are local.com, biz.yelp.com. They do a lot of reviews and ratings, and you want to let them know that you do exist, and you'll get a listing on there. Expressupdate.com. This is a national database of listings. So by telling them you exist, they will push that information out to thousands of websites and effectively grow your reach with just putting that into one database. Now there's multiple databases out there, but this is just a free one. You can put in your info and immediately it'll be pushed out over the next 6 months to thousands of websites. Superpages.com is another one that just ranks really well in sharing information by having your business listing on there, your phone number, your website. All of these, again, are totally free, and just put your listing out there. So spend 30 minutes one day, go through these and get them all listed and make sure they're all listed correctly. So when I say that, correctly is consistent. Consistency is the key through all of this. You have to be using the exact same name, the exact same website, phone number, address. Make sure they're all consistent. That will really boost your SEO score and your page score with the search engines when all of the information across the internet is all the same and all consistent. So, like I said, use the same phone number and the website. Now, you may find that you've been in business a while, or you've moved around, you've changed phone numbers, maybe changed websites, whatever it may be, you're going to find incorrect listings. I've run into this quite often, and you say, well, how do I fix that? How do I get through these and get those? Some key advice here is don't pay to get it fixed. A lot of these places will hound you and say, yeah, we'll fix it, but you're going to have to pay us a monthly fee or pay us a one-time fee or whatever it is. Just, you don't have to pay to get your listing fixed. Push it out to the through those free tools I gave you, and just wait, and over time it will repair itself. Now, if you need it fixed pronto, and there's certain ones that you really want to be listed on correctly, you're going to probably need to seek professional assistance. And reason I say that is because they can guide through a lot of the tape that's put up in front of you to get your listing updated and not charge you a fortune with all these different places. There's also been a rash of systems that have popped up. One of them you may run into is Yext.com. Yext.com puts a cover over all of these listings. They have about 100 listings. They cover it with the correct information, and they charge you an annual fee. The thing is, if you stop paying, that cover comes off, and all of your old information comes back. So it's a temporary fix, and you have to pay to get that temporary fix, and you have to keep paying to keep it. So again, I would avoid those type of systems that are out there. And Yahoo uses them. You'll find lots of websites will force you to use Yext. So those are some free tips and tricks to getting the most reach out of your website. Now, I want to focus on your happy customers. So why do we want to do that? Because today's consumers rely heavily upon the opinions of other shoppers. Now, have you purchased anything online lately? Amazon, I guarantee you looked at the reviews to see if that product had reviews. And you valued the opinion of what those people were saying about that product. Now, you don't know these people, you don't know the product, but you're valuing what they're saying. And here's a key statistic. 88% of consumers will trust online reviews. So if you have a bunch of negative reviews, even though you may have the greatest place in the world, 88% of those people are going to trust what other people are saying on these reviews. So this is a very key factor to growing and enhancing your presence on the internet. Reason number two for that is the search engines have started taking this information and ranking websites based on reviews. And those reviews that show up and assist the searcher to make a wise choice on where they want to purchase or shop for services. So one of the first things you need to do is get the Google Plus. Have a Google Plus page. It's a business listing, and it's a place where they can just leave a review. I'm going to show you real quickly if you haven't been familiar with that. As you can see right here, this is the Google reviews. Now I'm just going to search a client I worked with and show you how strong that review process works in a consumer's mind. So I'm looking for plastic surgery on the web, and right here I get Google's map places. Now immediately I am attracted to this one because it has a star rating. They have 7 reviews. No reviews, no reviews. I can click more places. No reviews, no reviews, no reviews, reviews. Now I'm gonna let you guess which one is my client. Now immediately you can see that they're at the top of the list and they're the most appealing to click on. Now I'm not saying that you're gonna guarantee get the business, but you're gonna get the best response just from your listing on the internet. Just right there. That is, and all you need to get is 5 Google reviews. The minute you hit 5 Google reviews, Google will give you a star rating. They give you an average of your stars, and you'll see up there that they will then start giving you stars. Now, there's several things that we're going to discuss here in this process. So I'm going to throw some tips, some more tools at you. Facebook.com. Make sure you're on Facebook and you're using a business page, not a personal page, because people can leave reviews on your Facebook page, and those will correspond to search engines. And I'm going to show you some how this all works together here in a second. Yelp.com, another place for people to leave reviews. Make sure you're listed, make sure it's available. The BBB, that's another place you're going to see people leaving reviews. Then there is this other monster of entities that have appeared, is specific review sites just for your industry. You'll see these like WebMD, you'll see these Angie's List, Home Advisor. These are all review type sites that allow the users to leave comments based on particular industries. So what you'll want to do is search Google for your industry review sites. And you'll find that there's several that will pop up in the top of the list that, and you're probably already familiar with several of them. Make sure you have a listing on there. Make sure that people can leave a review on those sites. That's where they're going to. You'll find these in the restaurant industry like Urban Spoon. Just find the review sites that cater to your industry. I've seen these in nonprofits. I've seen these all the way through organizations. And almost every industry now has a review site that they can access and have a listing on. So make sure you are accessing that. Now, again, you want to make sure you're listed correctly on all of those places. Make sure that they're leaving the right review for the right business. Make sure, again, you're not using personal pages. And this is really key to Facebook. I see tons of businesses using a personal page, and you can't leave a review for a personal page. So make sure to flip that over. If you need assistance with that, again, I'll have my information at the end. But make sure you're using a business page. Make sure it's easily found. And by that, I mean add links to your website on the footer, the header, on both of them. Make links readily available that say, we have these available for you to leave a review. If someone has to search to try and leave you a review, they're typically not going to leave you a review. So you want to make it very accessible that they can just go, you say, hey, it's on the bottom of my website. They go right there and leave a review. Add signage to your office, to your business, whether it's stickers on the window, whether it's cards you hand out, and just say, hey, we have reviews, places that we would like you to leave reviews, and you have to tell people where they are. Otherwise, they're just never going to do it. Make a habit to ask for those reviews. During the sale, after the sale, after the service, whatever it is, make sure you're following up and asking, hey, how was that service? How is that product working for you? Would you mind leaving a review? If you've shopped on Amazon, you're going to see this in effect. They will hound you and hound you and hound you to leave a review because it's a very effective marketing strategy. And again, I'm going to use it on you guys at the end of this webinar. I'm going to hit you with some of mine. So you'll see how effective it is just to get those out there and make sure it's easy. It has to be easy. Again, I have this used. I have this asked quite a bit of me. So should I just call up all my friends and family and have them leave reviews for me on the internet? Not a good decision. They can leave reviews for you, but don't do it all at once, all on the same day. It is very fishy and you guys are smart shoppers. You can look at reviews and see they all came in on one day and know that something's not right. So what I recommend is picking 5 people, whether they're customers, friends, whatever it is, 5 people weekly, and just send them an email, call them, and that's my last line there, ask, ask, ask. Ask those people, just those 5 people for 1 week. After that week, stop asking them, move on to another 5. Reasoning why is you want to get this consistent to where you're always having 5 potential reviews every week. And you're going to see this growth. You're going to see people start leaving feedback, and you're not going to get 100%. You may get 20% at best, but at least you're asking, and at least you're getting that 20% versus none. So ask, ask, ask. So I'm going to show you real quickly how this all comes into effect and how it all works together when people search the internet. So when I search this topic, brand mentors, you'll see here that the listings are being taken up by entities. So when you look on here, you'll see Facebook.com. That's one listing. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 potential spots for brand mentors to show up on page 1. So when someone's searching, let's say roofers, there's a potential of 12 spots that can be filled. Now you want to try and populate those, as many of those 12 spots as you possibly can. So in order to do that, you have to be dispersed outside of your website. This is called search engine marketing. Now you'll see Facebook.com. That's one listing. That's not me. Now you'll see Yelp.com. Then you'll see YouTube. So I've got a video on YouTube. You'll see Twitter. Now you got LinkedIn. Now you got BBB. So as you can see, my listings across the internet are now taking up the majority of this page. So when you type in this word anywhere out there, it's going to display all of these various listings for your organization. So that is really how all of this works together to enhance what people are visiting and what they're seeing. And that really can enhance your website just from simple techniques and strategies. So, like I said, I throw a lot of information really quickly. I hope you took really good notes. Again, I know your time is extremely important, and I appreciate the time you spent with me. And I hope you were able to get a lot out of this and start to see it applied. Again, get your baseline. Make sure you're getting your grade for right now. Go through, start applying those tips. In about 3 weeks, run a test again. See what's changed, what needs to be done. Start applying some more. Run the test once a month on average, and see how your website starts to perform and grow that's out there. So one of the things we offer is a completely free evaluation consultation. It's 30 minutes. We review all the aspects of your business, from your logo, your image, your website, your social media, your listings, your reviews. We look at all of these in a bubble, and we give you a score based on our grade report. And that's totally free, and it's just really, again, a baseline for your brand. This was focused on just the website portion of it, but we focus on the whole picture of your brand. So again, you can go to thebrandmentors.com, click on the Talk with a Mentor button, fill out your information, and we'll be right with you as soon as we can and schedule you a consultation. We can do that through the phone, through the internet, or we can come by your office and talk with you in person. We'd love to meet you, love to see how we can help enhance your business. And that is the end of this presentation. I hope you were able to utilize it and grow from it. And I thank you for your time. Again, if you have any questions, my name is Josh Kane. I'm with the Brand Mentors. Have a great day.